The God of Lava is an Icelandic story. Once upon a time, in Iceland, a land surrounded by raging volcanoes and vast ice fields, lived a god called the God of Lava. The God of Lava was a powerful deity who lived deep in the volcanoes and was able to create, destroy, and regenerate the earth with his power. When his anger explodes, volcanoes erupt, the earth cracks, and lava flows out. However, he also had a benevolent side, and his powers could also bring new life to the earth. The name of this god is Hurgu. Hurgu sometimes slept quietly in the midst of a raging volcano, and at other times he shook the earth in an explosion of anger. But his true purpose was to harmonize the forces of nature and cultivate eternal life. One year, in a small village in Iceland, there lived an ant boy, Kor. Kal lived over mountains and rivers and was known as the bravest young man in the village. However, the villagers were in trouble. Volcanic eruptions continued, the land was burned, crops did not grow, and the village declined. One night, Kal swore in his heart as he watched the volcanic smoke rise. I want to save this village, meet the volcano god and borrow his power. He felt that he had to do something for the villagers, so he mustered up the courage to venture into the mountains. The Kal continued to walk for days and finally reached the base of the volcano. There he found the temple of the volcanic god Hurgu. It was a mysterious place shrouded in flames and lava, and the Kal stepped into it. Wondering where the volcano god was, the Kal went further in. Finally, when Kal reached the center of the temple, the huge volcanic god Hurgu appeared in front of him. Hurgu had lava-like skin, and his eyes glowed like a blazing flame. You have come, brave man. Hurgu's voice had a power that shook the earth. Why did you come here? Kal took a step forward and bowed his head deeply. I want to borrow your help to save the village. The volcano continues to erupt, burning the land, preventing crops from growing, and the villagers are in trouble. Please help me. Hurgu was silent for a long time, staring at the Kal. After that, the volcano god answered slowly. I admit that you have come with courage for the village, however, if my power is misused, it will burn everything and bring despair. Are you ready to borrow my help? Kal replied forcefully. I'm prepared that I want to save the village, please lend me a hand. Hurgu looked into Kal's eyes and thought for a while. And the volcano god raised his hand, and a ray of light appeared from the lava. It was the power of God itself, and what appeared before the Kal was a sacred gem called the lava pearl. Use this bead, but never abuse it. By using the orb, you will be able to control the power of the volcano and save the village, however, if you abuse the power of the beads, the price will be great. Hurgu's voice contained a quiet warning. The Kal carefully picked up the bead and thanked God. I will definitely use it correctly, thank you. Back in the village, Kal used the lava orb to gently control the power of the volcano. Then, the volcanic eruption subsided, and new life began to take place on the earth. The land became fertile, crops grew, and the villagers were able to live in abundance. Since then, Kal has used the power of the volcanic god Hurgu correctly to become the patron deity of the village. He knew that the power of the volcano god was not only about destruction but also about regeneration, and he continued to use it while respecting that power. That's it.